What up and welcome to Something by Brian. I'm Brian and my winter break is officially over and I'm back with my annual drawing compilation of my 5 favorite movie experiences of the last year, or the Confnerdly. I should probably reconsider the name. Nah, why bother? These don't get a lot of views, but I like doing them, so I get to call them what I want. Back on track. So, as you can see, as I built the background of the piece, a skyline is taking shape. And not just any skyline. No, that right there is the very stylized silhouette of Gotham, and I'll return to that in a second. But first, let me talk about the stylistic choice here, because that's meant to resemble the style of the amazing animated brainchild of Kid Cudi, Intergalactic. I suddenly found myself without a job in the late part of 2022, and as the days all started blending into each other looking for new opportunities and such, I sat down on my couch, home all alone, and put this movie on. I adore animation. I like Kid Cudi's music without being a super fan or anything, but I had heard of this project and thought it sounded like a really cool merge of mediums. And it really was. The beautiful Into the Spider-Verse look blended perfectly with the laid-back rom-com vibe that the story had going for it. It looked great, it sounded great, and overall it was just a really nice 90 minutes in the otherwise slightly less ideal circumstances I found myself in. Can strongly recommend, simply for the Macaulay Culkin cameo, and the album has been in steady rotation ever since. Anyways, back to Gotham, because as I mentioned back in my long-form draw view when it premiered, link is in the corner, blah blah blah. That movie was amazing. However, these type of videos I do are not necessarily honoring great movies, but just me reflecting on movie experiences I've had. And this movie marked something major for me. Something somewhat disappointing, actually. I saw it at the premiere with my wife. Since it is 3 hours long, we caught an early showing starting at 4. Meaning it was the first time we had to have our kid looked after during dinner time after he started eating solid food. Now I'm hopefully not dipping too far into the whole as a father perspective of it all, but the disappointing thing of the Batman viewing experience that marked it as a key moment for me was I was suddenly the guy checking his phone during the movie. I've always stated that if I was a wealthy man, like Bruce Wayne wealthy, I'd buy and run a cinema, and the price of admission would simply be chucking your phone in a bin and then you could collect it after the movie was done. And now, there I was, checking my phone for messages. At least until I was fairly sure that my kid was probably sleeping, and since no message had rolled in, he probably didn't choke on anything, and I could finally just enjoy Matt Reeves' The Batman and a night out with the missus. Lovely time, lovely movie. The next movie included is a horror movie. A genre that actually has a tiny advantage, because I don't really like horrors, so when I finally do see one, it's cause I've heard good things. And it's always just fun watching horrors with people and sitting there and getting scared together, especially if they're bad at horrors too. The one I'm talking about is Barbarian. We saw it on Halloween on streaming, and we were all covering our eyes and shouting at the screen throughout most of it. It was a really good time and such a great movie. Really atypical but still trope heavy, but in a good way, and super performances from the people involved. And props to the casting director too, some really inspired choices. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely get on it. Don't watch trailers or anything, just put it on and enjoy the dread. The people I saw it with did it like that, and they were very pleased with my choice of movie. I'd seen the trailer, but was still flabbergasted with where this movie went. Such a fun experience. Speaking of watching stuff with people, I'm still not sure how it happened, but last year I actually managed to get my friends from school together to watch a silly action movie. We met up before the movie to grab some pictures of beer too and everything. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to plan something for a group of friends in their 30s? Jobs are in the way, kids are in the way, partners and or family gatherings are in the way. I accomplished the impossible this summer, and therefore I have to include it. We had a freaking blast with Bullet Train. It was super dumb, yes, but also highly entertaining, with some amazing action. Aaron Taylor-Johnson in particular was a favorite, and also a lot of wonderful cameos to look out for. Such a fun time. And the last piece of the puzzle, pun very much intended, because it is of course the masterfully crafted glass onion. We missed the extremely short cinema window and had to wait until it was released on streaming at Christmas. We was super sick in the week up till Christmas. It was horrible, dreadful even. And then the Christmas days rolled over us and we had to drive around and see everybody, and it was of course very nice and cozy and lovely as always, but a bit less because of all the residue sickness. So when we finally got home after being out and about for days, With phlegm and snot, and increasingly less appealing symptoms as well, we finally crashed on the couch and put it on. I loved Knives Out, and Daniel Craig's Benoit Blanc is quickly becoming one of my all-time favorite fictional characters. It was so fun just to finally chilling at home with my wife trying to figure out who did it, and I'm not ashamed to admit I didn't get it right, but boy did I have fun playing along. Super excited to see how long that franchise goes. I'm hoping it'll outlast me, because I'll be there every time a crime needs a Benoit Blanc solution. So there you have it. Those are my 5 favorite or most memorable movie experiences of last year. It was a pretty decent movie year, and there's a bunch of releases I've missed that I'm still looking forward to seeing. And I haven't even touched on Everything Everywhere All at Once or Top Gun, so yeah, good movie year. But for now, it's about looking ahead and getting excited for what 2023 might have in store. Thank you for watching. If you liked the drawing, consider liking the video, and if you liked the video, consider subscribing. Take care.